friends from the media. सिद्धार्थ क्या है? सिद्धार्थ इतनी उम्र नहीं हुई है कि वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम दे सकूं. I'm not that old, am I?
But it's about wisdom, not age.
But truly delighted to be with the whole family of Commerce and DPIIT. And I think our friends from the media who cover our beat are as much a part of our family. So it's wonderful. I wish we could have accommodated all the 1,500 people who work in this building. But I hope you will take the message of what we discussed today to your teams and in some way celebrate this occasion and the understanding of why we are celebrating today to the rest of your colleagues in each one of your areas of work. What we have come together today is not just celebrate 3 years of the inauguration of a brick and mortar building. I would look at it as the celebration of a vision that we are doing today. A vision which was ignited 11 years ago, a vision that is transforming the country over the last 11 years, and Vanijya Bhawan, in many ways, reflects that vision with which Prime Minister Modi came into government, with which over the last 11 years he has persevered relentlessly, I would dare say day and night, without taking a single day off. And I think the very beginning of, or the foundational work due to which Vanijya Bhavan was possible also was born out of a dream, was born out of a commitment. And that commitment which Prime Minister Modi had was to bring transparency in government working, was to eliminate corruption in government processes, was to improve the whole of the government approach, get all departments to work as one, breaking the silos in which over the last 65, 67 years before 2014, government had split itself and divided itself, breaking those silos, those departments, so that we all think as one, bring efficiency in the working of government, make all our work more effective, bring innovation in the style of working of the government. And I can go on and on. And for some of you who have been with me for long, or some of the reporters who've covered us for long, maybe it'll be a little repetitive. But even at the cost of repetition, I would like to share with you the origins of Vanijya Bhavan. Vanijya Bhavan is in a plot of land. It's about 4.33 acres, if I'm not mistaken. But this was not just merely a plot of land. It was a hub of corruption before 2014. It was a place where so many wrongdoings were experienced by the business world. And I myself was one of the sufferers, as were many other small and medium or micro entrepreneurs who thought that they could become a part of government procurement but didn't realize the ways to crack the system. This was the office of the Director General of Supplies and Disposal, popularly called the DGS&D. I see Ms. Bhatnagar smiling because she's our FA, a financial advisor, and she will recall what government procurement systems were running in this country before Mr. Modi came in. How people had to come to this office, very office where we are standing here. There were barracks here, sheds, Am I right? Ground floor sheds, if anybody has seen it, I don't know. I had seen it. They were just small sheds or barracks, dilapidated, creaky air conditioning, tables of 6 designs in each room, chairs of 12 designs, I mean. So if there were 12 chairs, there were 12 designs of those chairs because they were bought at different points of time. Some big, some small. They had to hide the shameful way in which they had to work, the shameful environment, by putting towels and hide the broken chairs or the torn upholstery or the cotton coming out of the chairs was hidden under the garb of a beautiful, fresh, laundered white towel. And inside, everything was paper driven. You had to go there, provide your goods or services on offer, whatever else needed to be done in order to get a rate contract. And then using that rate contract, you could supply anywhere in the country with zero transparency, with zero ability to discover the right best price, to ensure quality, to ensure customer feedback across the country. Then that rate contract became your passport for government supplies. And if you wanted to dispose of broken furniture and old, probably used paper, also you had to go back to DGSND. It was supplies and disposal. Prime Minister Modi changed all of that. And what did he do? He recognized that world over, today e-commerce is providing a mechanism to discover the best price, is providing a mechanism to allow people from the remotest corners of the country to be a part of government procurement. So much so that I think some of you may have heard that even a lady in Tamil Nadu who had started making some very small goods in a micro unit was able to supply to the Prime Minister's office thanks to GEM. She registered on GEM and one fine day got a surprise, an order from the Prime Minister's office to a young budding lady entrepreneur in Tamil Nadu. That is the democratic power that GEM, the government e-marketplace, brought to government procurement. And I think last year, March ending, we clocked a turnover gross merchandise value of close to 5.5 lakh crores of government procurement going through this totally transparent mechanism, equal opportunity for everybody to provide their goods and services or bid for the same, and allow government offices to seamlessly purchase any goods they require, any service that they need through this mechanism. All contracts then reported on the website so others can see that on an aggregate how much government purchases. So if it's just bottles of water, maybe each department may be buying 1,000 bottles, but government as a whole may be buying a few million bottles. The power of economies of scale came to the attention of suppliers, and they were able to give better prices. And I'm given to understand that different studies done by IIM Ahmedabad and also by some IITs have reported savings as high as between 12 and 15%, and in some cases more, when they procured through GEM rather than going through the very elaborate and cumbersome tendering and bidding process. And every supplier is guaranteed payment. Every supplier has the assurance that once the goods are accepted, the payment is guaranteed. And look at the power that technology brought. We have saved lakhs of crores of public money, which is all your money. Each of you, as citizens of this country, have the right to the budget of India. You provide for that budget. Your taxes, your GST collections is being used by government and government procurement. And if we can bring honesty, transparency, a corruption-free regime, equal competition for more and more people to come into the government supply or government ecosystem, make it more competitive, and as it grows, more and more people understand there are more than 4 lakh suppliers in GEM alone. Now, all of this was possible on the one hand through GEM, and thanks to closing down the DGS&D office, we got this piece of land available, and Prime Minister had the vision that government offices cannot run anymore in the old inefficient manner in which we've seen them run for 67 years. I don't know how many of you are aware, every rupee spent on building these beautiful buildings like Vanijya Bhawan or the Central Secretariat you see across the Kartavya Path, 3 buildings are ready. Today I saw the erstwhile Vice President's house has also, work has started there. I saw all the digging and the basement work start. So we'll have a neighbor, another modern, efficient building where our colleagues will come into work. Very soon people are moving into the Central Secretariat, 3 buildings which are ready across the street. So you'll have our other colleagues getting the same advantages that we have enjoyed in this building. And effectively, this positions India in a different light. I had the CEO of a French company whom I met before I came here, flabbergasted that this is a government building. I took him to the terrace to see all the greenery in Delhi. He was totally amazed. Ultimately, when we talk of the dream of Viksit Bharat 2047, it'll come out of the work that all of you are doing. And that work has to be in an efficient and very, very friendly atmosphere, work-friendly atmosphere. And today, when the Commerce and Industry Ministry engages with the rest of the world, engages with world powers, engages with the developed world, engages with ministers, top CEOs, industry leaders, Indian captains of industry, we come out as a bold, a confident, and unstoppable India. This reflects the growing strength and power of India. And this is a forerunner for what is going to come as each and every old government office moves into these modern environments. And mind you, we maintained the traditions, the heritage design in this building. It merges so beautifully into the traditional Lutyens Delhi design. It's paperless. It demonstrates a collaborative approach. Every other ministry is also welcome to come and use all these facilities. And we have had many meetings of other ministries or interministerial meetings in this room and in other conference rooms. And it's very citizen friendly or customer friendly because it kind of is very inviting when it comes to engaging with the rest of the world. And by the way, every rupee spent in making this building or running it as an energy efficient 5-star rated Griha building, energy efficient building, is less than what we were spending in the earlier working, where we had to pay high rents for large areas which we didn't have enough of, where we had huge energy bills because air conditioning was such that every room needed 4 ACs, where repairs and maintenance of those buildings was a nightmare because they were already past their life. And the entire budget being spent on the revamping of the government infrastructure is going to lead to a significant saving, even after factoring in interest cost on the investment in these buildings. We'll still have a net saving. I'm told the government of India pays 1,000 crores only in rentals because of shortage of space, which will all be taken care of as these multi-story buildings come up. Of course, not to speak about the massive savings on efficiency, on an effective governance, on honest government, on paperless governance, and possibly with two floors of basement parking. I don't think any of you would have ever experienced a traffic jam outside Vanijya Bhawan, ever, like you see in most places. And now, of course, with metro also coming up so close to our workplaces, it will have a tremendous impact on environment, on traffic jams, and effectively getting people into work and out back home much faster, saving, I don't know, millions of rupees of petrol and diesel, millions of work hours, which are wasted in the current inefficient way of working. And when I talk to you, I'm not talking to you as employees of the government or the Commerce and Industry Ministry. I'm talking to each one of you as the architects of Viksit Bharat. I'm talking to each one of you as persons who are going to lead the renaissance, the future of India, of unstoppable India, of new India, which today works with a mission, a sense of purpose, specific targets, outcomes, and a vision which the nation had never seen before. A vision to become a global superpower, a vision to become a developed nation by 2047, a vision which focuses on inclusive and sustainable growth, a vision that wants to ensure the prosperity of 140 crore Indians. And I think this building, in some sense, is not only a new building, it's a new mindset. एक नई सोच है जो हमें सबको अपने में अपनाना है और अपनी टीम्स में अपनाना है। इस नई सोच के कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ कि कैसे हम आगे चल के भारत के विकास में अपना योगदान दे सकते हैं। How can we get the best, put our best foot forward as a team so that we are never found wanting? So, by the way, the CEO who came in has committed massive investments into the country. Post my meeting today, I think somebody was there. Who was there from amongst our team? Gurneet Tej was there in that meeting just now. And Vimal Anand, probably. You were there. And by the way, we don't think only of commerce or trade in goods. We also add a tourism element in our discussions. So we are going to add a new element through this meeting to support our tourism. And that's what Prime Minister Modi has brought to the fore. His team doesn't think in isolation. So I'd called Gajendra Shekhawat into the meeting, the tourism minister. And now with the moving of some of these offices into the new central secretariat, we'll have the world's largest museum coming up in North Block and South Block in collaboration with the Louvre of Paris. I visited the Louvre again after many, many years this time. I think after over 22, 23 years, only to rejog my memories and to make sure we got the right partner. And I think Prime Minister has taken the right decision. We must have the world's best. And therefore, we need the best collaborator also. And that is the new thinking that we are trying to work with. Nothing but the best for India. Quality control orders so that we can have the best of quality in India. Get an awakening in everybody. We will not settle for anything second best. And we will not be second best in our working also. That message, I hope I can trust each one of you to deliver to the whole team. This is an environment which is not hierarchical. It's a horizontal environment, which is why you see all the open spaces. The idea is that we all work as a team. All these conference rooms are meant so that there's more engagement amongst all of us. We're not working as one department or as one section, and then within section also we have broken it into many parts. Let's get all of that out of our system and let the vision of the Prime Minister echo in every corridor in the building from top to bottom. Let it echo in the beautiful lawns that we have. Let the Tiranga that holds us in high spirits with the tall, I think it's 80 or 100 feet tall flagpole on which the Tiranga is there. Let that continue to inspire us every day. I don't know if you've noticed the pillars outside the lawn where you have the Ashoka 3 lines. I hope that inspires all of you. That we are here for a bigger purpose. And by the way, this building, Vanijya Bhawan, also has a very personal connect for me. Because the entire work of this building was done during COVID. And I remember coming here every week with a mask, attempting to do social distancing, which was nearly impossible when the construction site is there. You've seen the quality, all of you? Does it feel like a government building? But everything was looked into, just as we expect each one of you to look into your work as if it was your own, as if it was something you're doing for yourself. That sense of responsibility. And I remember how many times we had to redo certain things. But we have to get perfection into our work. That was attempted in this building. And the greatest joy for me was when, of course, the Bhumi Puja was done by the Prime Minister on 22nd June 2018. And then the plans and all were made, finalized. Tab tak COVID aa gaya. But we relentlessly worked on it. And if you see the date, 23rd June 2022, 3 years ago, it was the day Shama Prasad Mukherjee, the first Commerce and Industry Minister of India. In those days, he was called the Minister of Industry and Supply, DGSND. और वो कितने साल वो चलता रहा देखो. He was called the Minister of Industry and Supply. Shama Prasad Mukherjee gave his life on 23rd June 1953. He sacrificed his life for the unity and integrity of India. He quit the Nehru cabinet in protest against the Nehru-Liaquat Pact, started the Bharatiya Janasangh 74 years ago. Next year we'll celebrate 75 years of my party. You used to need a permit to go to Jammu Kashmir. He decided to break the law because he said Jammu Kashmir is an integral part of India. He crossed the border of Jammu Kashmir from, I think it was Punjab or Himachal, from where he crossed over. He was arrested immediately, put into jail. They claim he got a heart attack, moved him to hospital, and within 24 hours he was no more. 23rd June 1953. This is a tribute to his sacrifice. And it reminds me every single day because his portrait is there at the entrance. As I walk in, his portrait, the portrait of Baba Saheb Ambedkar, the portrait of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, my mentor, somebody I looked up to as a child, the serene picture of Mahatma Gandhi on the 5th floor, which I make it a point to show every foreign trade minister, a person who's inspired Narendra Modi ji in all his work, whether it's Swachhata Abhiyan, whether it's Atmanirbhar Bharat, in every single way, Mahatma Gandhi's agenda, if somebody has taken forward, it has been Narendra Modi ji. And I think we can do no greater service to our nation, to our beloved nation, than meet the ideals our leaders had, our forefathers had. If we can continue to maintain this building beautifully as we inherited it when we came into this office, each one of you may have come at different points of time. There's just a handful of us who have been there throughout the last 3 years. But if each one of us dedicates and commits ourselves not to let any of your old habits, whichever office you may have worked in before, creep into the working of this office. How cleaner is our desk? How paperless is our work? How efficiently are we handling all our assignments? How honestly to meet the needs of New India, to meet the demands of Viksit Bharat. And I don't mean only financial integrity. Honesty in our work is how well we are doing it to serve the demands of 140 crore Indians. That passion is what I wish each one of us in this room carries to your team. And if we can all work with that passion, then this will not be a mere building. And today will not just be a mere celebration of 3 years of this beautiful a symbol of new India. This will become a symbol of Viksit Bharat 2047. This will become a symbol of good governance. This will become a symbol of efficiency, effectiveness in our work, cleanliness in our environment, cleanliness in our mind, cleanliness in the way we run our department, the way we keep our own office, just as clean as we would like our homes to be. And friends, I'm sorry I'm getting a little carried away, but this is something that each one of us will have to collectively take responsibility. Can't be somebody else. Housekeeping can't come and keep the toilets clean. Housekeeping can't come and keep the environment clean. We will all have to take that responsibility. If we all take that as our, it's a small thing. But remember, there's a deep, big message in that. It shows our collective involvement. Maybe we can look at a possibility, whatever our energy bill is, it's certainly less than what we were spending before. But can we look at a 30% reduction in our energy bills 1 year from now? Which means we start now, today, not tomorrow, if we have to achieve such transformational outcomes. If we receive a mail, we act on it now. It's not 7 o'clock, so I have to go home. If we receive a complaint, a distress, a problem that an industry is facing, we solve it yesterday, not tomorrow. Because for that person who's come to you through your Jan Sunwai portal, I hope, we do all our engagement with our stakeholders through video conferencing, wherever possible. But if we respond to them with that speed, that will be a true tribute to the demands of this nation. That will truly help all of us collectively to leave behind a legacy and inspiration to all the young boys and girls who keep joining our office. Because change in mindset will have to start from all of us as a team. If we change our mind, our way of thinking, working, then believe me, the future will be a transformational future. Not only for our department, not only for the outcomes that you and I are responsible for, but for the entire country. Thank you so much.